Have you ever felt a heaviness you couldn't explain? A wound buried so deep it echoes through every relationship, every decision, every moment of self-doubt? Often, that pain has a name: maternal pain. It's the ache carried from our mothers, her silence, her struggle, her sadness, even the love she couldn't give. This is not about blame. This is about healing. Carl Jung, the father of analytical psychology, understood that what we don't make conscious, we repeat. We inherit not just eye color or temperament, but emotional patterns, wounds, and survival strategies. Jung believed we all carry a mother archetype, an internal image shaped not only by our own mothers, but by generations of women before us. And when that image is distorted by pain, our sense of self becomes fragmented. In this video, we're going to take a powerful step forward. We'll walk through a step-by-step guide to healing maternal pain, rooted in Jungian psychology. Not as a quick fix, but as a deep transformational process. You'll learn how to recognize the invisible threads that still bind you, reclaim your own voice, and reconnect to the nurturing energy within. This is the journey of the wounded child becoming the conscious adult. Let's begin. Step 1. Recognize the mother wound. Before healing, we must name what hurts. The mother wound is the psychological pain carried from unmet needs in the mother-child relationship. It can manifest as deep insecurity, chronic guilt or shame, people-pleasing, fear of abandonment, difficulty receiving love, self-sabotage. Carl Jung taught that much of our suffering is unconscious. If your mother was emotionally unavailable, overly critical, absent, or too enmeshed, you may still carry her voice inside you. Maybe it says, "You're too much. You don't deserve rest. Love must be earned." This inner dialogue becomes the negative mother complex, a pattern Jung observed in many clients. It's not your fault. It's a survival mechanism. But you can't heal what you haven't acknowledged. So begin by asking, what did I need from my mother that I didn't get? What patterns from that dynamic still affect my life today? Whose voice do I hear when I criticize myself? This isn't about vilifying your mother. She, too, was likely a daughter wounded by her own mother. The goal is not blame, it's awareness. Because awareness is the first step toward freedom. Step 2. Understand the archetype of the mother. Jung said archetypes are universal patterns that shape our psyche. The mother archetype is one of the most powerful. It includes both the good mother, nurturing, protective, loving, and the terrible mother, smothering, rejecting, or cruel. We all internalize this dual image. The trouble starts when the painful aspects dominate. For example, if your mother was unpredictable, you may fear love as unsafe. If she was emotionally absent, you might believe your needs are a burden. If she was overly self-sacrificing, you might feel guilt for choosing yourself. Understanding the archetype helps you externalize the pain, to see that it's not just personal, it's collective. You're not alone in this. By studying your personal experience through the lens of this archetype, you begin to see the story with more compassion and gain the power to rewrite it. Step 3. Face the inner child. Jung often emphasized the importance of integrating the inner child, the part of us that still longs for the love we didn't receive. This isn't about staying stuck in the past. It's about giving that child what they never got from you. Take time to connect. Visualize your younger self. Ask them, what do you need right now? Speak kindly to them. Hold space. It may feel awkward or emotional. That's okay. When we neglect the inner child, we reenact old pain. We chase unavailable partners, overachieve to prove worth, or suppress our needs entirely. But when we tend to the inner child, we restore trust in ourselves. We build emotional safety from within, and we start to feel, perhaps for the first time, that we are enough. Step 4. Set energetic boundaries. Many people with maternal wounds struggle with boundaries. Why? Because boundaries weren't modeled, or they were punished, or you were taught that love means self-sacrifice. But Jung believed that individuation, the process of becoming your true self, requires separation from the parental identity. That means you must learn to say, "This isn't mine to carry. I choose my own path. I can love someone and still protect my space. Boundaries aren't rejection. They're repair. They create the distance needed to heal. This might mean reducing contact, ending emotional caretaking, or simply saying no without guilt. At first, it may feel like betrayal, but with time, you'll realize it's actually an act of love. Not just for you, but for your mother too, because it breaks the cycle. Step 5. Grieve what you didn't get. This is one of the hardest steps and one of the most essential. You must allow yourself to grieve the mother you didn't have. The comfort, the protection, the unconditional love. Grieving doesn't mean giving up. It means accepting what was, so you can create something new. Jung said, "There is no coming to consciousness without pain." Let yourself cry, rage, right? Sit in silence. Whatever you need to do to honor the sorrow. You're not weak for feeling it. You're brave for facing it. Because buried grief becomes depression. Suppressed grief becomes disconnection. But expressed grief becomes transformation. Step 6. Break the silence. Maternal pain is often shrouded in secrecy. You may feel like you're betraying your family just by speaking the truth. But silence is what keeps the wound alive. Jung believed that healing comes through conscious dialogue. That means journaling your story, talking with a trusted therapist, sharing your truth with someone who can hold it without judgment. When you break the silence, you release the shame. And shame is the glue that keeps pain stuck. You're allowed to tell your story. You're allowed to say, "This hurt me." You're allowed to heal out loud. Step 7. Reparent yourself. Reparenting is the practice of giving yourself the care, structure, and compassion you may have missed growing up. Jung believed in the integration of the self, not the wounded parts being cast out, but nurtured into wholeness. You reparent by speaking kindly to yourself, honoring your limits, meeting your needs, celebrating your growth, forgiving your stumbles. You become both the nurturing mother and the safe child. You rebuild trust in yourself. At first, it may feel unnatural, but over time, your nervous system learns, "I am safe now. I am loved. I am whole." And that changes everything. Step 8. Connect with the divine mother within. Whether or not you had a present, loving mother, Jung believed there is always a divine mother energy accessible through the psyche. She may appear in dreams, art, meditation, or nature. She is the ocean that soothes, the moon that watches, the voice that says, "You are loved always." Connecting with this inner archetype helps rewire your attachment patterns. You realize that love doesn't come from others. It begins within. This is not religion. It's symbolic psychology. The Divine Mother is an inner force that reminds you, you are worthy simply because you exist. You can connect with her by meditating with nurturing imagery, creating rituals of self-care, writing letters to your inner child from her voice. The more you access this energy, the less you seek love from places that can't give it. Step 9. Rewrite the narrative. Now comes the alchemy. You've acknowledged the pain, set boundaries, grieved, and begun to repair it. Now, it's time to rewrite the story. Jung believed that we are not victims of fate. We are authors of our destiny once we become conscious. So ask yourself, who am I beyond my pain? What kind of woman, man, person do I choose to be now? How do I want to love, live, parent, lead? You can't change the past, but you can create a future where the wound becomes wisdom, where your pain becomes power. You are not your mother's trauma. You are your own becoming. Step 10. Share the light. The final step isn't just about you. It's about the generations ahead and the ones behind. When you heal maternal pain, you don't just free yourself. You free your children, your future, your lineage. Jung believed in the collective unconscious, the shared pool of human experience. When one person heals, the ripple echoes through the whole system. So become a lighthouse. Speak truthfully, love fiercely, break patterns, hold others gently. You are the ancestor someone prayed for. You are the mother to your own soul. You are the healing. Healing maternal pain is not easy. It's one of the deepest, most soul-shifting journeys you can take. But it is possible. And every step you take, from naming the wound to rewriting your story, is an act of radical courage. Remember Jung's words. Until you make the unconscious conscious, it will direct your life and you'll call it fate. You were never meant to carry this pain forever. You were meant to transform it, to break cycles, to rise. And you're doing it, step by step, day by day, with tenderness, with truth, with power. You are the mother and the child, the healer and the healed, the seed and the bloom. Keep going. Your freedom is not only possible, it's your birthright. If this spoke to your heart, share it with someone who needs this message. Comment below, what step are you working on now? What part of the journey felt most real for you? Subscribe for more content on healing, Jungian psychology, and soul transformation. And remember, you are not broken. You are breaking free.